Everyone. So today's topic we're going to go over, to be honest, I find a little bit boring, but it is a necessary part of litigation. So we're going to go through it. And the topic is service of process. Service of process is where you officially alert the party that's being sued that they're being sued and that they're due to show up in court at a certain period of time. So if you've watched Hollywood movies where they portray lawsuits, a lot of times you'll see somebody kind of try to trick somebody, ask who they are, and then they hit them and with the papers and they give it to them, say you've been served. That's very dramatic and very fun to watch, but it's not how it works with government lawsuits. The government has a more straightforward, simple process. Thankfully, it's not very dramatic, and usually if you follow the rules, this is very simple. So the way it works is you file your complaint in federal court. After you file your complaint, the court will issue you a summons, which is basically a notice to the party that's being sued saying that you're due to show up in court on a certain date. When you're suing the federal government, the government gets 60 days from when they're served to show up in court. So you take the summons and complaint, and by certified mail, you send that to the U.S. Attorney General. You send it to the U.S. Attorney's Office in the district where you filed your lawsuit. So if you filed your lawsuit in the Southern District of New York, you're going to serve the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York. And then you also serve the government agency. So let's say that you're serving USCIS, you're going to find the address for USCIS. I'm including that in the description of the video, how to get that, so you could find that. And sometimes they request that you email it to them too. So USCIS has an email address, which also I'm going to list in the description, where you'd send it to as part of the lawsuit. If you're going to sue a consulate, which is not in the United States, the way you serve them is you would also name the Department of State as a defendant, and you would do the certified mail service on the Department of State. You'd address it to their general counsel. Very simple, straightforward process. This is not something that causes a lot of problems, again, as long as you follow the rules. Since these are mandamus cases, getting service done quickly is important, or if it is for a mandamus case, I should say, because you're following the same procedure, even if it's not for a mandamus case. If it's a denial case, you do the same thing. But it's important because if the whole point of the case is a delay, you want to get the case moving as fast as possible. And along those lines, as a courtesy, what we do, and I think this is a best practice, we will also email copies of the summons and complaint to the civil division chief of the U.S. Attorney's Office that would be defending the case, or sometimes if we know who's going to be defending the case, we'll email that assistant U.S. attorney to give them a copy. It's not required in the law, but again, our goal with these cases is to try to get things moving as quickly as possible. And more often than not, the U.S. Attorney's Office they shouldn't be treated as an enemy in the case. A lot of times they end up helping. They don't want to defend these cases by and large. If you have a good case, a lot of times they will advocate for you to the agency in charge of your case. So it's best to treat them with courtesy and respect. I think that gets you further than just off the bat coming across as difficult and hostile to them. You know, of course, it's a lawsuit, it's a litigation, so there are times when you have to stand your ground and be hostile. But at this initial stage, with something as simple as service, it's not really the place to do that. At least that's my view on it. As always, I hope this video was useful. And if you have any questions on this or any other topic related to immigration litigation, please feel free to reach out. Thanks. Bye.